it has been adopted as a international marine standards protocol. So all the patents have been commercialized through two startups, ZN Ocean Technologies and Sunny Wave, South Korea. So I also served as a professor with Jiangxi University of Science and Technology for 3 years under the Foreign Talents Program. And I was a research associate professor for, with National Institute of Science and Technology. And so I was also a co-founder of ZN Ocean Technologies back in South Korea. I was an assistant professor between 2016 and 2017 with the Indian Institute of Technology, Tirupati. And I completed my PhD in 2016 from UNIST, South Korea. Masters, I did my master's from Hochschule in Darmstadt, Germany. And for my work, I was also awarded the URSI Young Scientist Award. Now, I'll come to the program itself. And this is the outline of the talk for today. Vision and mission of this program, the background of this program, the structure of the program, beneficiaries of this program, research, training, publications, the LGPR point systems for various aspects. Then open access funding, we have also option for sponsoring open access fee through this program. Then there are conclusions. Now, before we go ahead, I would like to clarify that this is not a fellowship program, okay? Because there is no fellowship available in this case, because this is an online program, or a hybrid mode program. But if you are seeking fellowship, then I advise that you write a research proposal with the Lincoln University's faculties and appear for scrutiny from the Malaysian government. It's a 6 to 7 months process, and then maybe at the 7th month or the 8th month you can get a funding, or maybe you will not get a funding. So that's not sure. I'm not very sure about that part. But we are in future we may try to inculcate that thing into this program as well. So the vision and mission: advancing sustainability through research, collaboration, innovation, and global impact. That is the main vision behind it. So the idea is that, if you are a working professional or a professor employed somewhere in some university, program without leaving the job or without moving away from the home country, because visas have become difficult nowadays. Okay. And then also another thing which is actually there is that we wish to empower people with skilling up, because a lot of times it has been found that merely completing a PhD does not necessarily teach you all the necessary requirements of how a research is conducted. Then we also have this vision to create any kind of good technology which might result out of it to be commercialized for the critical domains of the industry and the society. Another important aspect is collaboration amongst all the researchers through this program, and cross-country collaborations is what we are also trying to build. And we are actually trying to build a community in a way, okay, and an ecosystem for all the researchers who are there. Pick and choose the best, or pick and choose and combine them together in such a way the best result comes out. So that's another aspect, which is a very long-term goal of this program. So the background of this all started in 2019 when COVID hit the world, right? And we all started remembering, we all remember those days when we were sitting at our homes from the confinements of our homes. There was no way to travel. There was no way to travel to conduct research in a foreign university or in a place where all the facilities are available. And I have seen my colleagues with excellent careers being, late in their career for these 2-3 years when the COVID-19 was there. and their careers were destroyed because there was a lack of a continuity in the research, in their own research. So we started, subconsciously we started associating safety with our homes, and then travel had a restriction. There was quarantine, which caused isolation, and long-term isolation from the research resources or avenues has led to career stagnation. Okay. Now let me address the core structure of the program. So Lincoln University College Malaysia is actually is the central body which is running this program. Okay. So there is we had an option of having a supervisor and a co-supervisor, but now what Lincoln has done is that they are saying that we can go ahead with only one supervisor, and the candidate is required to report to only one supervisor. Okay. And then there are the conferences. 4 conferences are there. Each conference, mind you, this is a very critical aspect. Each conference is a stage in your research journey. Okay. You have what does a typical research journey consist of? First, you come up with a problem statement, then you have literature review, then identify the knowledge gaps, and then you define the methods using those knowledge gaps. You define the methods, and then you define your experimental, how you conduct your experiments, how you collect the data, and things like that. So, and then at the end, you complete the, report, right? And in this process, you also publish articles to support your final report, research report. See, there is no thesis requirement in a postdoc program, because postdoc program is a program. It is not a degree certificate. Please understand, it's a professional program. Okay, it is not at all a degree certificate. So forget about that part. Okay, there is no degree here, but it is a certification program. It is in a way, it's a professional certification program. Sometimes when you go, it is also regarded as, in some places, it is also regarded as an experience certificate. All right. So that's a professional experience certificate. Okay. So each conference, as I already said, the conference one, you are supposed to focus only on the problem statement as per the defined proposal, which has been approved by the committee. Okay. You also have to, during this first conference, you are also expected to come up with the literature review. You don't need more than 1 month to do literature review, actually, ideally. Yeah. And by the time you come into the second conference, which is 3 months after the first conference, okay, there you are expected to identify the knowledge gaps in definitions, okay, and define the methods of your experimentation. And by the time of third conference, we expect that you have completed your experiments and you also have your results in place. And we will recommend that at this point in time, you should have your article, draft ready. Okay. And the fourth conference, you publish your research as a final report. So all these in all these 4 conferences, you are supposed to publish whatever you have achieved by that time. Okay. And as a proceeding of the conference. Now, all these 4 proceedings will be regarded as your final research report, which will be submitted to Lincoln University College Malaysia in order for you to receive the postdoctoral certification. Now, there is also an important aspect to this, that is publication requirement in a journal article. So I'll come to that later in some time. Okay. And by the 4th conference, if you have not been able to publish yet, but you have communicated the article, then you receive a provisional certificate. Okay, this is an important aspect. I hope this is very clear. Journal publication sometimes take a lot of time. Okay, in some cases it can also take up to 1.5 years. So, for example, one of my articles I submitted during the 2nd or 3rd year of my PhD. It was published 2 years after the completion of my PhD. Okay. But good news was that I already had 4 more other, publications in journals, which was sufficient criteria for the completion of my PhD. Okay, but my like in the same lab, there was a postdoctoral candidate whose paper got stuck for that 1.5 years time. So he completed his tenure there as a postdoc. He left with a provisional certificate. Okay, once the journal had accepted his article, not even publication, acceptance, yeah, and the final pagination stage was achieved, he received his final certificate, postdoc certificate. Okay, so we understand that. So that part is actually already accommodated in this program structure. Okay. I have already told you what you're supposed to do. Yeah. And as you can already see, I have highlighted this part: receive the final certificate upon the acceptance and publication of the journal article. Even if you have communicated, you will receive a provisional certificate. Okay. So that's the thing. I hope this is very clear. And this is a typical structure which we follow. We usually take one week of screening. I know that we have submission of documents. We usually take 4 weeks, but this time the volume was very, very high. Okay, so it took us more than 4 weeks. Now we are in after today's formal interview, within two weeks time, you will receive the offer letters and acceptance letters. Yeah, and we'll start shortly thereafter. Okay. So beneficiaries of the program. So I don't know whether you know, my favorite mathematician is Dr. John Nash, okay, who came up with the concept of game theory, where everybody is a winner, everyone wins. Okay, all the stakeholders are beneficiaries. Okay. So here also, this program is also built on the same, keeping the same thing in mind. Everyone will get benefited through this. Yeah. Professors, faculties of the universities. If you are a professor, you receive additional, publications and recognition, global recognition through this program. Students who are aiming to get fully funded masters or PhD programs, they also can benefit through this program by associating themselves as a research associate program. Okay, for those who already have PhD or have submitted their PhD theses, they can join as a postdoc in this program. Okay, and Lincoln also benefits from this because you all are linked to Lincoln now. Okay, through this program. Okay, and then Lincoln also gets the visibility it is looking for, and it is also being successful at imparting good education and quality research practices amongst the researcher community. So that's the thing. Okay, and then I will simply come to the part where we are. I don't have to go through this. You already know all these things. If you are aspiring master's or a PhD student, nowadays to create a differentiator from other applicants, you need to have publications now. Okay, if you are going to be in the academia. If you are a professor or assistant professor and aspiring for promotions, yeah, associated assistant professors are aspiring for promotions. They are also associated through this program and they can benefit. If you are a full professor and you want to write and win grants, or you want to become influential in grant writing and winning research grants, then also publications are the way forward. Again, you are also constantly, bombarded by your university administration regarding the ranking pressure to increase your H index. So typically, the H index for an assistant professor should be more than 5. Okay. For an associate professor, a decent H index is considered to be between 8 to 12, depending on your field. Okay. 14 and above is a standard practice across several fields to have for full professors. But then there are specific fields like computer science and engineering where even 20 or 25 is considered to be, just about average in terms of H index. Okay. So that's how this is. And here is a breakup table of what is actually the general practice across the academia, across the world. publications as a first or corresponding authors per year. I'm talking about every year, right? Four articles is expected by your university or your employer. Collaborated publications are expected to be around 2. Supervision of candidates is expected to be about 4. You are also expected to win 2 grants per year, okay? And you are expected to win some 2 awards per year. Teaching load of about 2, okay? So this is a very, average, global average, because in some countries like China, the pressure is very high. South Korea is even more high, okay? In some countries like Canada or somewhere, the pressure is not this high, okay? But this is the global average in the academy, okay? Now we are also what do you call it? Plan to aim for improving your research skills through this program. Okay, that involves analytical and critical thinking, ability to analyze the data, interpret results in a way which is actually supportive of your claims and things like that. Then evaluating the validity of your research findings is, of course, a very important aspect. Then adaptability and continuous learning, that is something we also aim to bring through our various workshops, which are actually free in this course. Yeah, but we also say that it is going to be mandatory for all of you to attend these workshops. There are 4 workshops that are being planned throughout the course of this program. Okay, and trust me, this will actually help you, because of course there is a fee to the conference, but that is only for organizing the conference. We are also diverting that fee into organizing these workshops for you. Okay, so this is all included in that. Okay, we also wish to bring emerging technologies in front of you. Okay, the scientific method, what is a global practice, how things are done globally, because unless and until you are not aware of this, and if you're operating in silos, the chances are that your research is already degraded. Okay, so that's why we want to bring in this very strong culture of scientific method. Then we would also, for most research will start with a hypothesis. Okay, and hypothesis can be either proved or disproved through experimental data. Okay, so theories are adopted as per the experimental data. It is never the other way around. Experimental data cannot be adopted as per the theory. Okay, that's the golden rule of science. In terms of humanities and management, literature review is often a very, very important aspect of it. Hypothesis is also a very important aspect. Then also the most important aspect which becomes is how you collect the data through various surveys, how the surveys must be conducted, how the surveys must be, what to go through, like what factors are you are supposed to consider for the surveys. Okay, and then there are other kind of digital tools which are now available in the in the space, academic space, I would say, that you can actually, how you can actually use it for your own benefit. Okay, for example, we wish to bring in AI and ML for all fields. Okay, how regardless of your field, how you can actually utilize AI and ML for your data collection and data analysis. Those workshops we wish to conduct in this program through the course of this program. Okay, now let me address the big elephant in the room, which is the publications. So we will be sharing Web of Science. I would recommend that you focus only on one article in this program. Okay, only one Web of Science article, or SCI article, or SCIE article, or Social Sciences Indexed article, or AHCI, or Arts and Humanities Citation Index, or ESCI. I do not recommend Scopus. Okay. And also the university here, like each country has a different set of rules and regulations. At Lincoln, we consider Scopus to be inferior and highly, unpredictable. I have seen offer letters being issued by universities that the student, when you are completing this program, you should have at least 2 Scopus Index journals, journal publications, but with a subclause that that particular journal should be indexed in Scopus at that point in time. What is that? I mean, if something is out of Scopus, does that mean, I mean, like, if minus 50 degrees centigrade is cold and it is published in a Scopus Index journal in 2021, and in 2022, if that journal is no more in Scopus, does that mean that minus 50 degrees is not cold? No, right? It is cold, damn cold, right? So Scopus, that is a problem with Scopus. Their policies are not transparent. Okay, they have no apparent reasons to include or exclude journals into this thing. So that's why we removed the criteria of a Scopus Index proceedings also. Okay, we do not require them. They have no scholarly value. Okay, I'll come to that later. Okay. So I'm going to now address the LGPR point system for completion of your postdoctoral certificate. Okay, so task T1, which is mandatory. Okay, publishing and presenting your article. Okay, we have seen that conference, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Those conferences we are talking about here. So minimum points which you will get for this per conference is 10, and maximum point you can get is 40. Okay, so there are 4 conferences, so that is a mandatory aspect. Please remember, please take a specific note. It's a mandatory aspect. Second mandatory task is that you publish one and only one SCI, WS, or SSCI journal as a lead author. Clarivate Analytics is the name of the database which you are supposed to follow. Okay, that is the Web of Science. Or in the previous slide, as I have shown you, the score collection group. Okay, this one. This is what I will recommend. Okay, only one article. Just focus on only one article. With 60 points, with this, you can complete your postdoc. Okay. But if you are hell bent on publishing in Scopus journal or Scopus Index journal, then then there are two. Then this clause does not apply anymore. If you are going to publish in Scopus, then you are going to publish 2 articles in Scopus. Okay. But I will not recommend this. Okay. So 60 points is what you should focus on. Okay. Do not go for this T2 option, T2 star option. I really do not recommend it, but we are not saying no to it also. But if you are actually going to publish 2 of them, okay, 1 article, no good, but 1 article in the Web of Science, that's it, over. You're good to go. Okay, you're safe home. All right, with your certificate. Even one review article is accepted for this program. We are not saying that you should publish only a research article. Okay, we are saying 1 review article in SCI or Web of Science is also fine with us. We don't have any problem with that. Okay. Now there are other aspects wherein I will like this. Okay, so we will come to the next slide now. I hope that part is clear. Now, LGPR point system for an annual grant award. So we are actually aiming to provide a grant of up to 36,000 US dollars for exceptional candidates. Okay. For that, we are not going to consider review articles, and we are not going to consider Scopus articles. Publishing only in SCI journal will be considered for the grant. Okay. Then when your application is forwarded, once you have 100 points, okay, you will be forwarded to the committee, and the committee is going to decide whether to award this grant to you or some other deserving candidate. So this is going to be a tryout session here. Okay, it's not mere completion of the requirement will not guarantee that you will win the grant. Okay. Then there are 5 points here for patent filing. 8. If you have filed a patent, you will receive 8 points. If you have received NOC or granted status during this program, then you get 20 points. Okay, so that's how it is. And then there are minimum and maximum, okay, in each category that you have to check. So we will be sharing the recorded session of the talk, okay, for your own, so that you can actually go through all these points which we have covered in this presentation. Okay, so here, LGPR point system for best research theme award. Okay, before I move forward, let me come back to this particular slide on LGPR annual grant. Here we are only considering SCI Q1 and Q2 journals, which are an H index of above 100. Okay. Review articles and Scopus index journals articles will not be considered, shall not be considered. Okay. Now LGPR point system for best research theme award. Okay. Again, 0 points for Scopus, full points for SCI, because we really want all of you to inculcate this practice of publishing in SCI. We will provide all the necessary, guidance to do this. Okay, and I think that will be sufficient for you to do this. Okay. Then there is something called the LGPR point system for early career scientist award. Same rules apply here. No difference, not much of a difference. 0 points for Scopus again. Okay. Then LGPR system for best supervisor award. So this will be for the supervisors, okay, not for you. But your help will be what supervisors will be looking for. All right. So now we come to the open access fee funding. Okay. The funding facilitator in this case is CREP Private Limited, and we are providing open access funding for these listed portfolio of journals. Okay. Stringent nature journals, which are in Q1 and Q2 category. Okay. Scientific reports, nature communications, and then there is something called stringent natures, humanities and social sciences communications. Then you have science advances, IEEE open access journals, Royal Society of Chemistry, RSC. Their RSC has 4 different categories of journals which are multidisciplinary and are open access. I think there is something called philosophy of Royal Society, RSC philosophy journals are there. So I'll share that in the due course of time. Okay, so there is engineering in it, there is sciences, humanities, and then there is material sciences, things like that. All right. Then Wiley journals. Please avoid MDPI. Okay, MDPI is under investigation. You must be aware of this. Okay. Okay, so we conclude this because we have to take some questions and then we have to rush to the respective, interview sessions. So if there are any questions at this point in time, the floor is open. Okay, please feel free to ask questions and then we will actually move on to the next session. And I request all of you to switch off your cameras because, bandwidth issues might be.
Sir, whatever the conferences we need to publish 4 papers, so that will be indexed somewhere.
Can you please speak louder?
Yes, sir. May I know whatever the number of conferences we are publishing with this program, that will be indexed somewhere or not?
No, we as I said, we will not be indexing conferences. They have no scholarly value. For us, there is no scholarly value. See, this is a program which is a requirement of Lincoln University. If you have some requirement of a Scopus index proceedings for your workplace, then you can contact Professor Shashikant Gupta. He has Scopus edited volumes for you. Okay, you can publish them. But for the program, the publication in the conference proceedings is just a way to record your progress. Consider your progress reports as an article. It will be open access. It will be, the rights will be with the author. The authors can modify it and then publish it as an extended article into as per the rule of the thumb of that 60% additional work has to be done to be considered, not under, out of plagiarism, right? So that's I hope that has answered your question.
Hello, sir.
Is dual affiliation is applicable in the conference and the journal paper or not, sir?
See, dual affiliation is applicable. You just have to sign a document, okay, wherein we will it will be a document with a MOU kind of a document between you and between your university and Lincoln University College Malaysia's LGPR program. Okay, so that you can get your department also to department head to do this. That's not a problem. I hope that is clear.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
So, hello, sir. I
Sir,
have a
so
question.
we will get any kind of format from your end for this MOU?
Just forward. Please wait. You have to raise your hands and ask the question, because otherwise, what is going to happen is that multiple people are trying to. Yeah, this thing. So I'll answer the current question, which I got from, I think, Dr. Sushmita Das. Am I right?
Yes, sir. My question is that that means how many authors are allowed in this conference paper?
Yeah. See, I mean, like the conference paper. Uh, I don't know. I mean, like it's your postdoc program, right? So you are going to be there, and your supervisor is going to be
Okay.
there. Yeah.
Okay, that
That's
means only two people will be there, right?
two. Yes. Yes. Standard
Only
practice.
two.
Only two.
Okay, and is there any option to add any master student name there if he or she is working in this topic?
Is he associated with you in any way? I mean, like
Sorry?
if the master student is your own student, okay,
Yes. Yes.
then we will consider. Otherwise, if it is some external, then we will not consider. Okay, it's not allowed.
Okay. Okay. That means that student should be from my institution, my current institution.
No, that student should be under you, under your guidance.
Yes, under my guidance. That means I'm working in one institution, so
Right,
that
right.
student must be from that institution only.
Yes, that's it. Right? Okay. I hope that has
Okay.
answered your question. Okay, thank
Yes.
you. So
Thank
Bibu Santosh, Dr. Bibu Santosh.
Good morning, sir. Namaste. Sir, my query is regarding the allotment of supervisor. As I belong to agriculture domain, so who will be the supervisor from this university side? And second
Dr.
one,
Sachita is handling. He is the steering committee member for the supervisor allotment. So he will coordinate. All right.
yes, sir. And regarding publications, sir, I have published in NAS rated journals under ICR system. But under your university and under your guidance, sir, which will be the journals for this agriculture?
We will share the list. We will share the list.
Yes,
We already have the list. Okay. I will recommend everyone to go through this particular website. Okay. SGS website. There's a lot of information on that website. If you go through it, you will get all your queries answered. Okay. You just have to spend some time. Okay.
Yes,
Please feel free to spend some time. If you go to this resources option here, okay, you will see that you are able to see this journal list here. Okay, go to the journal list, and you will find what journals are there. So there is a social. You can download this list by clicking on these buttons. Okay, social sciences, there is SSCI. For arts and humanities, there is AHSCI. For agriculture and all science and engineering related field, SCI and SCIE journals are there. And then there is a complete, citation index ranking listing. Okay. Then you should actually probably go through the FAQs, and you should also go through these points to consider before you apply, that kind of a thing. Okay. FAQs will answer you all the questions which are required. Then there is for dual affiliation, you are supposed to go to the partner university program. We'll include a generic MOU document here for you to download and email to us with the signature from your side. Okay, so that we will inculcate in the website itself. So that you will find under the partner university program. Okay, and then you are having newsletters here. In the newsletters, you will find all the declarations and updates which are coming from the LGPR team. Okay, so so do spend some time going through this website. Okay, then a lot of your queries will be answered. Okay, and I hope I have answered your question. So the next person is Dr. Dennis.
Hello, sir. Sir, the last slide you have talked about open access fee funding, sir. I don't know what is exactly the meaning about that.
Okay, so have you ever published in IEEE Access?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so they charge article processing fee, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So that is what we are talking about.
That will be supported by university or what, sir?
That will be supported not by the university, that will be supported by Vibrasphere Technologies and CREP Private Limited, 2 entities, and Sparsh Foundation, 3 entities.
Okay.
All right. So rest of the questions, please hold it, and we will cover it during the interview. All right. During your respective interview, we may meet in 5 minutes time in our respective tracks. All right. Track 1 and track 2. Dr. Nargesh Nazari, I know you've been waiting. I'm so sorry. We can actually answer your query during the interview. So please have your queries, because it's not possible to answer all the queries at this point in time. So I hope everything you are okay with that. Please don't feel bad. We are running out of time. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Thank you so much. We will see you in the interview session. So we meet at 5 in 5 minutes time. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.